Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. Oh, excuse me. This is Kurt Teofimo with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I am live for a late night chat. Just leaving Chipotle after getting an Agua Bella Fresca drink. If you guys haven't had an Agua Bella Fresca drink, it's a pomegranate drink, and it is absolutely fantastic. You know, pomegranate. It has some type of berries in it. You know, and so I am back, folks. Let me turn into here. They got Tarjay. So I'm trying to see people trying to receive calls and call. And I'm on live, messing up my grind, messing up my time. They don't know when to stop. People, you know what happens? People call you and then I guess they expect like, oh my God, what's going on? If the call's ignored, that's what that means. It's ignored. Don't call back. You know? So, hold on, let me see if I can go here. Yeah. Nah, that's still not that's good enough. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? I know where to go. I know where to go, guys. No sweating. Let's talk about some boxing, man. We've been debating back and forth over a lot of people's opinions about Beterbiev and Bivol. And you know something, though? That's why I wanted a knockout or just a shutout. Because if it was anything competitive like we got, we're going to hear people yelling and screaming robbery. We're going to hear, oh, it's not the right decision. Right decisions don't necessarily mean robberies. You know what was a robbery? I'm going to tell you what was a robbery. Okay? Lada versus Canelo was a robbery. You know why it was a robbery? Because that scorecard was just ridiculous. See, 9 rounds to 3 was just retarded. You know, 8 rounds to 4 comes in at probably a nasty third. Quad Life in the building. Oh, Isaac in the building. What's up, brothers? Counterpunch to you guys. Thanks for the comments. You know. But no, I've seen that fight 4 times now. I've seen Artur Beterbiev and Bivol. And Bivol did good early. He did really good. King Mike Hall in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Counterpunch in this piece. But then you seen Beterbiev. It's like Bivol opened the show and Beterbiev closed the show. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, grand opening, grand closing. Deshae Foster was a robbery. Deshae Foster was a robbery. Did I see that fight? Did we see that fight? But no, man. So, could that have been some foul play with the judge? Yeah, it could have been. It could have been, bro. I know I'm early. It's supposed to be for 10 p.m., but, you know, I didn't want to wait, you know? I didn't want to wait. So a lot of those times, man, you have to really watch that fight again and really score it the right way. See, when you're looking at, it's different with Beterbiev. Beterbiev applied that pressure. And besides moving forward, because I know a lot of people get caught up with that shit. Oh, man, moving forward, man, moving forward. Well, it's about being effective with that too. Right? You know? So, yeah, man. So it's like when you're dealing with Beterbiev, not only was he just moving, he was doing more than coming forward. He was applying that pressure. This dude was throwing uppercuts, body shots. You know, I would have wanted more body shots though. You know what I mean? Because then you would have seen a different dynamic. You would have seen the flashy, you know, combinations of Bivol. And then you would have seen Beterbiev, you know, throwing and going to the body. You know what I'm saying? It would be like that boxer Sugar Ray style versus that Julio Cesar Chavez Mexican style. You know what I mean? We would have been there. I look, Roland Curtis. I agree. It was good morning from Bivol, then good night from Beterbiev. Yeah, that's exactly what it was, man. See, Beterbiev knew, and then he was listening to his corner, and his corner was doing the right thing. They were putting pressure on Artur Beterbiev, and then Eddie Hearn heard it, like, okay, they know they're in trouble, so we got this in the bag based on what they believe is happening, but they don't call the shots. Team Beterbiev don't call the shots. Team Beterbiev hypes the fighter to make the fight the way they want him to make the fight. That's how it is. You know, they wanted him to make the fight because they can keep it hype, you know, bars. That's what they wanted. Okay. They wanted that. And they wanted to keep Beterbiev at a certain range or a level of intensity to keep his ass swinging and trying to go for that knockout. And again, credit to Bivol for not being a bitch. Yes, that's right. I said it. Credit for Bivol for not being a bitch, for not going down. Credit to him. If there is a rematch, what does Bivol have to do to win? That's a good question. That's a very good question, because see, that's the problem is, and that was my frustration towards Bivol. I'm like, well, what could he do to beat Beterbiev? Well, I think the question would be take more chances, fight harder. You know what I mean? I think that's the only thing that we can do, because yeah, he's tough, but I think he was careful enough not to get caught with those shots that hurt him. He took a couple of those shots that otherwise those shots would have done what they would have done to any other fighter. I mean, any other fighter. If he would have caught him, oh my goodness. If he would have caught him, that would have been probably at the end of Bivol. You know what I mean? That would have probably been the end of Bivol. You know, bottom line. Bottom line. So I think he should take more chances. Yeah, I think he should take more chances. Vincent N. Salute Kurt. Just on the graveyard shift. Oh, nice, Vincent N. How's the graveyard shift looking? You know, it reminds me of a Stephen King movie called Graveyard Shift. It was crazy. Something, dude, I used to watch a lot of those movies, dude. I don't know how I made it. Mama Agnes is wild, bro. Somebody sent me that. No, they didn't. I sent it to a couple other people. They're like, why the hell you sent me that? You know? Salute Kurt. Okay. Slime Shorty. Oh, I know that look. You just seen some. Nah, man. I was just like, you know, somebody just pulled up, and then like they got out. I was like, oh, call me by surprise. That's all. You know what I mean? Isaac, Beterbiev has really great stamina even at almost 40. Yes, and that shows you though the stamina that he still has, the desire he still has, the hunger he still has. Okay, never heard of the movie. I need to check it out, but it's good. Thanks, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a Stephen King flick. You know, this dude works at this graveyard shift. You know what I mean? It's good. Bro, he's not 40. He's 39. Yes, he's almost 40 years old, bro. When I was 39, people were calling my ass 40. And I hung on to that shit like a badge of honor. You know? Yes, he's not 40. He's basically 40 years old. You know what I mean? Hold on a second. Okay, Kurt, I don't think you gave your opinion on the ring heavyweight top 10 list in your latest video. Do you agree with their overall rankings? Well, no. Yes and then no. So, all right. I got everybody there except for who belongs there? Frank Sanchez belongs there before Efe Ajagba. Efe Ajagba ain't been in circulation for a long time. Marlon Thornell in the building. Counterpunch to you. Kurt, you went to talk to that lady? Nah, I went outside to get some stuff out of my trunk. Yeah, it is. See, toilet paper stuck in the crack of my tail. Frank Sanchez. Oh, yeah, you did mention it. Yeah. But no, other than that, because I don't know where Effie came from. You know, so I'm thinking like, okay, why would you bring out Efe Ajagba? Why would you bring him out of the blue? Why would you, where would you dig him up at? Because Efe Ajagba is in a recovery stage, if you want to call it the recovery stage. Frank Sanchez, oh yeah, you did mention it. Yeah, okay. So Fabio literally ended Clark's career. And, well, he definitely derailed it. You know what I mean? Now, will he be the same? Probably not. And in essence, that's probably what you can say that he did. You know, so bro, he got caught in that area. That dude got caught right here, and bro, it's wired shut. Because see, not only it could have broke, but it also could have broke it, dislocated it, and fractured. When something fractured, you're like, oh, ouch, you know. That's not what I did supposed to do. Yeah. Man, this is. There we go. But no, man. Back to this fight this past weekend. The more we have different opinions, the more we need to understand. All of us need to understand that the fight was a lot closer than we thought it was. You know what I mean? Like, now as far as other news, Ben Whittaker did what he did some very, very tactless and kind of tasteless shit he did. I know one thing that, like, if that wouldn't, like, I don't know if that was set up. I don't think that was just set up like that. I think what it was, it happened, and I think the corner took advantage of what happened. You know what I mean? And since I think that Ben, like I explained in the video, I think Ben seen that, and he seen someone taking pictures of him, and I think he instinctively knew, like, look, they're going to post this shit. Let me smash this dude's phone. But why would you feel that way in case something, if nothing was really wrong, you wouldn't have that to worry about. That wouldn't even been on your mind. In fact, what'll happen would be, damn it, man. What the hell? No, you got to be shitting me. I got this cheap cup. Maybe Ben is genuinely injured, but people make it seem like he faked it. Well, See, it comes off like he faked it if he's trying to stop people from taking pictures of him standing up or doing anything without being in a chair. I mean, his leg was wrapped up. But for him just to do what he did, it was a dick move, but the dick move seemed suspicious. It seemed like he was trying to hide something. That's all I'm saying. Bro, you don't go from, damn, I'm mad, to just trying to tear somebody's phone up because they took a picture of you. I think the picture he knew would reveal something that he may be trying to hide. He was trying to hide the fact that he might have lied, but, you know, it is what it is. Stuart, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. A lot of showboating type fighters seem to have fragile egos. Well, he wasn't even showboating in that fight. It's definitely suspect. He damn near chased after the fan with the phone, didn't he? His ankle can't be that bad then. See, that's the whole point. He pretty much incriminated himself doing that shit. That's what he did. Like, you don't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you are in a situation where you got injured, fight ended weird, and people are already saying that maybe, just maybe, this dude threw this fight because conveniently you're getting your ass whooped. Ben was getting whooped, bro. That dude started to land those shots. And here's the thing. I think enough of those shots would have landed. I think a couple of them hurt him anyway. But if it wasn't for that clinch that he initiated, he would have got knocked out. Something would have happened to Ben where it would have ended his whole career. And I think since the wheelchair, since the alleged advice from his corner, and his corner was saying shit like, hey, stay down, don't get up, fake it, let's get you out of here. They allegedly said that to him. Then you see somebody take a picture of you at the airport and you're running after him like, hey, where you going with that phone? Why you took that picture? It's because he didn't want people to see him standing up. He didn't want people to see that he was capable of walking on his own. He didn't want people to see what kind of true condition he was in. That's all that means. He smashed that dude's shit. And see, if that dude was, if he had any kind of network, there is a such thing called a cloud. You're going to see that shit anyway. So he just made himself look bad. He made himself look more suspect for doing the shit that he did. It was actually defeating the purpose of what he did. He should have just allowed the shot to be taken. You know? Are you going to watch the Tim Tszyu versus Matazaliev this Saturday? I am. It's not a good look. His credibility has took a hit before he's made his name. Well, he had a thing. I mean, he should be okay. He just can't be a dick. He can't do stuff like that. He just can't. Stop doing those type of things. And he should be fine. You know, he should be fine. Like, stop doing those type of silly ass antics. Stop being a dick. Stop trying to, you know, you don't take someone's property and smash it, bro. You don't do that. Now he has to pay that dude for a phone. That's what, $1,000 or $2? So you got to come off your end $1,000 because you couldn't hold and hide your emotions trying to hide something else that you and your team was hiding, more than likely. You know, and you're right. There wasn't really enough about Ben Whittaker to really like him or not. I know he puts his chin in the air, but I also know he was a good fighter. You know, I had a chick that I used to date. She hit me up, and she don't even watch boxing. And she was like, you heard about this guy, Ben Whittaker? And I'm like, Ben Whittaker? And then I had to think about it because it was coming from her. And I'm like, okay, well, yo, you heard about it, and you don't even watch boxing. So he was getting a name for himself, and this was an American broad. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, you know? And then Frank signed Liam Cameroon to his promotional after. Hell yeah, he did. Frank's no dummy. Frank is on a new wave of success. Frank has kicked Eddie's ass all year long in ways that he never thought that he would. I mean, Eddie didn't think that he would. Frank was like, hey, we're going to do the best we can. We're going to get it. We're going to make it. And see, here's the thing, though. I'll say this. Frank and Eddie are still good promotional partners, and I'm glad that Turkey came between them to make that happen for them. See, Eddie has lost, but do you see Eddie talking shit at Frank like he used to? No. All that shit squashed. The Eddie Frank beef is squashed. Now, I know George Warren helped some of that, but it's squashed, bro. That's none of that no more. They ain't got to worry about anything because it just shows you cream rules everything around me. Cream is the money. Dollar, dollar bill, y'all. That is what it is. Cash rules everything around me. Cream is the money. Dollar, dollar bill, y'all. Now it doesn't really matter. Why? Because they know that the money's there. Did you fart? No, that was her sign, like some lady cut out, and it sounded like kind of like a fart. It did, didn't it? Nah, bro. BVO Boxing TV, #JBT, counterpunch to you. Philip Langerman, hey Kurt, enjoy your channel. Regarding the Bivol Beterbiev fight, if you have to think about who won a good deal, it's a draw. Well, it's definitely something that you can debate. But it should have been a draw, though. But what I think is happening, they're wanting something decisive. They don't want a Holyfield Lewis one. They don't want a Canelo Golovkin one. They don't want these draw-like fights to take place. They want something definite. They need one champion, one face, one name. But if you're going to fight again, it's all going to be the same. Bars. But no, listen. Back to Eddie and Frank. Eddie and Frank are doing well because they are not trying to destroy each other. They're using each other to make fights that everybody wants to see. And Turkey's paying all of them. So Turkey's paying the bills. Eddie and Frank are making the fights happen between their stable of fighters. And everything is right with the world. See, this is not like Shelly Finkel and Eddie Hearn. Shelly Finkel wanted to crush and destroy Matchroom and bring them down to their core by destroying AJ, by putting him in there with Wilder. That's what he wanted, is Ben with Eddie. Ben who? Ben Whittaker? No. Ben Whittaker is with Frank Warren. Who's the best trainer in boxing? A lot of them are. I think the best trainer in boxing, and it's not the person that gets the trainer of the year either. Then a lot of that depends on the fighter. How many trainers are considered the best trainers of the year when their fighters have lost fights? None of them. But that doesn't. But why should that take away the credibility of the trainer just because the fighter lost? A lot of people talk about Malik Scott. Oh, you turned him into a pussy. You turned him into a nonchalant, no punching version of Malik Scott. No, Malik Scott trained him to fight. Wilder chose not to use his guard. He did exactly what AJ did, or should I say AJ did exactly what he did. Both of those guys, just because you got a punch doesn't mean that you don't have to defend yourself, Julian Jackson. You know what I mean? Rematch for Bivol and Beterbiev. Yeah. Ben is with Frank. I'm not sure. Frank was talking down on him after the fight. He's either with him or Ben Shalom. I think Ben is with Ben. I could be wrong. I have to look that up. Who you got, Fury or Usyk, for the rematch? It depends. You have Usyk in a movie. Usyk's been in a movie with The Rock Johnson. That takes a lot of time away from your preparation, even though I don't know how much time that Alexander Usyk will sacrifice for a damn movie, but he's already done that. The video game's out. I just seen the promo of Alexander Usyk on how he looked. The Pinnacle. I mean, Usyk has already went to the Pinnacle, and I think if anybody can beat Usyk, it's Usyk at this point. But Tyson Fury, based on his track record, he's been able to do what he needed to do. This may give him Because remember, the draw was it looked like a loss to Tyson Fury. The draw itself back in December of 2018. Remember that? Another draw. That was considered, a blue tick on Tyson Fury, right? I would love to see Teo versus Abdul Wahid. I was like, who the hell is Abdul Wahid? And I thought about it. Okay, Tank. Well, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. And here's the thing about Teo. Teo is calling out people that he shouldn't call out. Honestly, I think Teo's with Canelo now. I never did a video about it. I should have, but I just didn't even, I mean, some topics, I don't know. I guess I should just, I don't know. But anyway, I do enough videos, bro. Don't I do enough videos? Hold on. Let's do a poll. Do I make enough videos? No, that's not going to work. It sucks. Okay, so T.O. man, he's calling out a lot of people, man, and it's like, T.O. was coming from 135, then he went to 140. He did go to 140, but I don't know, man. T.O.'s okay. I don't care for the racial jokes of any kind, and that goes for all of them. Never let a white boy beat me. Or would you monkey want to get the banana? Like, come on, bro. Teofimo Lopez is very smart. Just because you're brown don't mean you can't be prejudiced. Okay. So, he did say some racist stuff. It wasn't as bad as Ryan, because T.O. said it and it was like it was coded and he tried to say it in a slick way. But then here's the deal. If you're going to be a racist, just be a racist. You know what I mean? Go out and say what you want to say. Say what you want to say. Say how you really feel. Don't talk in code. You know what I mean? See, I'm from the South. Like, people that don't like you, they're going to show you that they don't like you. They're not going to do any slick shit and I don't like that dude. I don't like him. They don't do that. I believe T.O. would beat Bud Crawford. Well, I mean, if Bud missed a step, he might. But then, could he do it at 154? I think T.O. got lucky against Loma, and he knew it. That's why he never rematched him. For someone that always talks about money, Teofimo Lopez is an idiot. In some ways, a slick way is worse. But I mean, just think about what I'm saying. This man talks about, okay. And see, T.O., though, you guys forget, he feels that same circle of guys that got messed over by their wives. Bars. Think about it. You got Dimitri Bivol. He's catching shit now. Wilder's catching shit now. Who else? Andy Ruiz is catching shit now. Right? Who else is in that club? Somebody else is in that club I'm forgetting about. Teofimo was one of the first ones that we heard about, and he was contemplating suicide and all that stuff, trying to unalive himself, talking about, I don't want to live no more. You guys don't remember that? That was just a couple years ago, maybe about 3 years ago, to be fair. Yes, him too. Yes, bro, Teofimo Lopez, his wife, you didn't hear about this? Let me explain to you, because I did a video on it. And I was like, man, I feel bad for T.O. because I know what that's like. See, T.O. was like, what's my man from the Philippines? Donito Doner. It's Filipino custom, really, It's crazy. A lot of women come to the States to make jobs and they send money home. That's everybody. That's pretty much the status quo. That's what they do. You know what I mean? The kids stay at home in the Philippines and the women come over here and get jobs at Walmart and other little places, and they send money home and they eat and live the bare minimum over here. That's what happens, right? Well, in T.O.'s case, T.O. married this girl, whoever his wife is. Married her, had a kid. I'm like, okay, got a beautiful family. Go ahead, T.O. So I'm happy for T.O. And then all of a sudden, his family kept draining them dry, sucking them dry, using them. They wouldn't work, and they're all around. They're all piling up on him like he just scored a touchdown. Bars. Those guys were giving him hell. Then his wife left. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro. And he was all depressed, living in less. Right? Yes, man, this is what happened to T.O. So him complaining about money now, he has a lot to deal with. He still does. He has a young child, and he still has to take care of that young child. Now, I did see and hear a lot of people giving T.O. backlash, and it's like this. If T.O. is responding to black commentators or black channels for saying some foul stuff about him, because there was some foul stuff said about T.O. and his family, which I don't condone, but that just doesn't give you the right, because two wrongs don't make a right. You know what I mean? But then T.O., he showed us that side of him. But before all of that, this man was going through financial problems. You remember he retired. Remember when T.O. retired? Are we forgetting this? Teofimo Lopez retired. You guys forget? Hey, man, I'm retired, bro. I'm retired. Because I don't think it was after the Sandor Martin fight, but I think it was after the Josh Taylor fight. How does Joshua always have a rematch clause even if he's not a champion? Because he's the A side. A side has all the concessions. They call all the shots. They pretty much alter all the contracts, and they make it beneficial for the A fighter, the man that makes the most money. See, if Anthony Joshua would have beat Danny Dubois, Anthony Joshua would have then increased his salary, because he would be fighting for whoever the winner of Usyk versus Fury is. See, there wouldn't have been any fight. Let's hope to see if Joshua wins or not. There wouldn't be no Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois would then have to go to the end of the back of the line, because he just got dethroned. Okay, there was no rematch clause for Dubois. Dubois was the champion, but Dubois was the B side. He was not the A side. So you guys have to understand that this is just the way it is. Is it fair? No, it don't supposed to be fair. It's fucking boxing. Boxing ain't fair. Right? He retired after Josh Taylor. Okay, exactly. When he retired after Josh Taylor retired, man, they don't want to give me no money, man. I don't make no money, yo. I don't make no money, yo. And I'm sitting there like, okay, bro, you turned down a multi-million-dollar fight with Lomachenko. Why? Because of your fucking ego? But yet you need money? Make that make sense, bro. You need money. You got a bunch of blood-sucking ass in-laws that's taking your money, using your wife to use you, or your ex-wife, or whatever the hell she is, your baby mama, whatever she's supposed to be. They're using you, but then yet you're complaining about money, but then yet you don't want to fight Loma again. And you had it. His daddy even said, hey, yo, son, I think you need to take the money, bro. Bob Arum, yeah, take the money. We'll give you $10 million. He didn't care how much it is. Why? Because his fucking ego was taller than the fucking sky. That's why. Teofimo Lopez, bitched and moaned about money, but didn't want to take the money when the money was offered to him. So no, I don't feel sorry for Teo. And then turn around and say, oh, well, it ain't about the money, yo. Yes, it is about the money. You know what I mean? Like, what, did you get an increase? Did somebody give you some under the table money at some point? He ain't fighting on no Turkey Al Sheikh undercards. Turkey ain't giving him no fat ass check, is he? No. Not yet, anyway. So it is what it is. Drew, how come there was a rematch clause for Usyk Fury, but none for Beterbiev Bivol? Because Beterbiev Bivol wasn't a big enough fight. I mean, it just wasn't. It was a big fight for the division. It was the biggest fight for the division. It made the division what the division is. You had one champion, one face, one name. You had both champions, had all the belts coming together. And you had no bullshit like Usyk versus Tyson Fury. But it wasn't as big as far as marquee value. Okay? That's the problem. Bivol, Russian fighter. Artur, Russian Canadian fighter. Yes, he smashed a lot of boys like Nurmagomedov and with boxing gloves, but nobody, unfortunately, really knew who those guys were as far as marketing skills. It just didn't happen. Bivol is a good guy and all, but I mean, there's nothing really sellable about him. The only thing that's really selling, that's really stinging, is his wife, his bitch wife, that's going around blasting him, telling alleged lies on him, stating allegedly that he's leaving his kids without food and all that. You know what I mean? And bringing them on social media. You are letting your child, your 4 or 5-year-old child, come on social media and saying what their diet ain't getting. That's a piece of shit broad, bro. She is worthless. She is horrible. You know what I mean? Like, you don't do that. I wonder if Floyd partied with, no, Floyd didn't. See, Floyd had enough money. Floyd didn't have to deal with that type of stuff. Floyd had his own horror harem. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Floyd, come on, you had a strip club. And he look, he hired nothing but high end chicks that either like to twerk and lap dance and stuff like that. You got to remember the bartenders. God of War, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Keep your guard up. We got some spammers in here. I had to just kind of check some of them. I'd only seen Bivol fight Canelo, and I'd only seen Beterbiev fight Smith. Stewart, there you go. And I've seen them fight multiple times. I've seen Beterbiev fight. He fought Smith. He fought Yard. He fought. Who else did I see him fight? Because I've been seeing Beterbiev for a long time, though. He's been in the division a long time. Because, I mean, I remember seeing him. And this cat was taking a bath outside in the snow. And I was like, dude, they're... And I knew from that picture, Beterbiev, you know, that's before he had the beard. He kind of looked young without the beard. Because he started without the beard, you know. He just kind of turned into a, you know, a Sunni Muslim, you know. So, you know, that he got that Sunni Muslim look. Look. Yeah, Yard. He beat the shit out of Yard. I seen Marcus Brown. So I seen Marcus Brown. I seen the Yard fight. I seen the Smith fight. I seen the Bivol fight. And it's another fight that I did see. It was another fight that I did see him fight. And he beat the hell out of that person too. Who was that? It will be interesting to see buys for the fight. We've been watching Beterbiev fight since he got on pay-per-view saying, yeah, he's been around for a minute now. And he's been beating the shit out of people. And the way he beats you up, it's just like he bashes you. He smashes you, bro. You know, Bivol, I've seen Bivol fight Sullivan Barrera. I've seen him fight Canelo. I've seen him fight Zurdo Ramirez. I've seen him fight, of course, the 2 latest fights, which were kind of whack, honestly. The Days of Reckoning, that was the boringest fight on the card because everybody else was getting knocked out and stopped. You know, Kurt after dog. I like that. That's cool. You know, Gentleman's Game. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Where you been at? Brigzell Biz. Bivol fought on the back foot just as Mayweather did against Manny Pacquiao. Well, Mayweather, though, was instructed by his father, like, yo, you don't know what those judges are doing, probably like round 8 or 9. And he told him, you're going to have to start moving forward and make something happen against Manny. Because Manny was building momentum. Like, since like round 4, he started where he caught Floyd, bah! And then he came in and, you know, Floyd just tightened up the guard and just, you know. And like Floyd, bro, Floyd's defensively a genius. It's a love-hate relationship with that dude. I love that dude, but I hate that dude. Floyd is like boxing. Floyd is boxing. It's the sport that I hate that I love so much. It's the sport that I love that I hate so much. Floyd is that. I love Floyd, but I hate that mother, you know. I love him, but I hate him. It is what it is. But you like when you see his skills, you're like, dang, man, you got to admit, like what he did with Ricky Hatton, and he broke him down. And it took him a while to break down that bullying style of Hatton, and he still kept doing what he did. Floyd Mayweather, bro, eventually, like, you know what I mean? He would lean down, he'd throw that right, bow, catch Ricky Hatton, and that check hook going back, bro. That was the bit, man, that, bro, Floyd just did that. The way he came back against Shane Mosley when Sugar Shane rocked him, and he made the proper adjustments, and he showed Sugar Shane why you will never, ever, ever land that straight left and that overhand right upstairs no more. Yeah, Floyd did that, man. Floyd is a wizard at defense. He can make you look bad. Yep. Was Clark Frazier trying to box like Lennox Lewis because the defense did not make sense? Well, that's who he was with. Now, I'd be a dick to blame Lennox Lewis now, wouldn't I? Now, I could. Lennox is the reason why Frazier got his jaw broke. Breaking news. You know, I'm like that with Fury. I hate him, but I'll watch all of his fights. Floyd, okay. Bivol landed almost 50 more power punches. That's a lot. Did he? I just know the power stats. I mean, the overall power punches. You know, but yeah, that fight was close though, because see the way Beterbiev was doing. I mean, Bivol shouldn't have gave up. See, okay, if Bivol wants to win, he has to take more chances, and he cannot slack off in the last rounds just to save or to try to survive. If he's going to go out on his shield, he would go out trying to knock out Beterbiev, because one thing about Beterbiev, you have to take it to him. But a lot of people don't, because he's applying so much pressure. And see, Bivol knew he was back, but he knew eventually when he felt a jab from this heavy-handed damn Matador, he knew, let me get my ass away. And that's what he did. But him getting away, Beterbiev was already there throwing shots, and they were partially getting in. Some of them were sliding through the gloves. Some of them were going around the gloves, but they were still busting up Bivol, because he knew, like, let me get on defense. But even when he was on defense mode, he was still getting damaged. So if he did try to take chances, he's risking himself getting knocked out. That's all you see happening. Coming from a guy that he didn't outland Bivol, but he threw more punches. He threw like 100 more punches than Bivol. So imagine that, like 25 more of those punches landing in a 12-round fight, because Bivol trying to stay there and trade, he's going to get knocked out. You know what that reminds me of? Mildred Taylor. Mildred Taylor boxed beautifully against Julio Cesar Chavez. Now it's up to, you know, Steele is the one that made people hate him for 4 or 5 decades. They hated that man. Well, 4 decades, to be fair. But they hated that man. They hated that man. They hated that man. They hated Richard Steele. Because Richard Steele is the reason why Julio Cesar Chavez didn't lose his O when he's supposed to lost his damn O. Because Mildred Taylor was supposed to win that fight. And then he's supposed to fight him on the rematch and gave him a shitload of money, but nonetheless, they did fight in a rematch. And Julio Cesar Chavez knew, okay, I'm going to get him because he already hurt him, so he came in with more confidence. That's what happened in the second fight. But I think Bivol and Beterbiev, I think Beterbiev knows, he's like, look, I'm gonna corner him. I'm gonna do more to him. But he's still, the counter punching ability is still tricky. He's still a good boxer. So, he can't just run in there and run through Bivol. But Bivol was trying to throw and land those shots. He was trying to pretty much, make Beterbiev respect his power. No defense to Ward. No offense to Ward, but he did know when to retire. Too many killers in a weight class. I would have loved to see Ward versus Bivol, though. I would have loved to see that fight. Or maybe like Parker Chisora too. Exactly. Do you think Fury can overcome the stigma of the round 9 beatdown from Usyk going into the rematch? Yeah, if he wins. Praising Ward for ducking. I mean, look, if you're gonna talk about Ward, you better put somebody else's name in there that started this thing. Rocky Marciano started the whole thing. He knew not to fight those killers, and he was going up against some killers. When I mean some killers, I'm talking about Floyd Patterson. I'm talking about Ingemar Johansson. I'm talking about Muhammad Ali. I'm talking about Sonny Liston. I'm talking about a lot of fighters at that time, bro, that were absolute monsters. Monsters, bro. And he knew, let me get out of Dodge because I just knocked out an old-ass Joe Louis, and if he couldn't do it, I know I'm not going to try it. Those were the words of Rocky Marciano. So, yeah, he respectfully got his ass out of the fight game and just did exhibitions and, and public speaking and seminars and whatnot until unfortunately, he died in a plane crash. So. I think Fury beats Usyk. Usyk was getting with some crazy uppercuts. Yep. I watched some old Marciano fights, but I couldn't watch a full fight. It was terrible boxing. Rocky Marciano wasn't a boxer. He was just a well-conditioned brawler. He focused on will, stamina, heart, and power. You know what I mean? He didn't have the size. He was a little dude. Rocky Marciano was small. A lot of guys he fought, like Archie Moore, those guys were cruiserweight going to heavy. He wouldn't get, man, someone like Sonny Liston would have probably murdered him. Somebody would have murdered Rocky, bro. Rocky Marciano knew, get out now. And he got out. Kurt, if Oliver McCall did not have a meltdown in the second fight against Lewis, do you think he would have beaten him again? No, I think Lewis would have beat him. But then we don't know because only God knows what they said to that man. They set that man up. They had that man. They had that man spooked. They had him scared. They had that man petrified. They had that man petrified, bro. Oliver McCall was petrified. He was crying. He was the man. He didn't want to be in there. Boxing is such a shitty sport, I'm gonna tell you. Only in America, baby. Only in America. After an Usyk Fury, where do you rank Bacoli, Zhang, Parker, Dubois, and Wardley? I don't. You can't rank them because of two other guys fighting. If you want to rank them, let's rank them right now. So let's do this. Okay. Parker, Zhang, Bakali. Wait. What's up, Skrilla 50? Dubois, Parker, Zhang, then Bakali, then Wardley. That's how you do that. Boom. Wardley isn't top class yet. I mean, I was just ranking based on what he gave me. Do you do OF? What's OF? Moses Atoma versus Fabio Wardley. I don't know if Moses is ready for that. I know he feels he is, but I wouldn't put him in a fight like that. No, I don't do OnlyFans. Nope. You know, I don't do OnlyFans. Thinking about doing a Patreon though. So, but yeah, man, I just wanted to reach out to you. Kirk After Dark is in the building. Hope you guys have a blessed night. I will see you guys tomorrow with some more content. I'm headed on in. You guys get a good night's rest, good morning, or whatever good it is to you, wherever you're at. And everyone has been counterpunched. Peace!